Hey, this is Allison.
And this is Nina.
And this is Chaotic
Good,
your anything but neutral reality TV podcast.
And we are recapping Traitors US Season 4, Episode 8. A queen never comes off her throne.
Candiace, you were a queen.
Till the very end. And it's just, it's been an emotional time. It was an emotional episode for us.
It was hard.
Yeah.
Because this is a Candiace house.
It is.
But I should actually say, even more than a Candiace house, it's an anti-Rob Raush house.
More than anything else this season.
Because what is sending me into the stratosphere of a black hole is everyone's adoration and love for Rob Raush.
Yeah. It's a lot. We are quite in the minority of people that are actually very, not even just like are apathetic towards him, like truly actually like dislike him.
Yeah.
And I have kind of like big news.
Oh my God,
about
what?
that. She told me not to say anything, but my girlfriend, she said not to name her. So I'm like, fine, I won't name you. And the people that know will know. My girlfriend is a Rob stan. And we watched this episode together. And it's what I imagine. I'll put it in her sports terms. I can imagine it's like a family that is cheering for two different football teams.
Yeah.
Watching a game together. That is what it felt like. It felt like she was cheering on her team, and I was just heartbroken on the floor for my team.
Well, I'm on your team.
And I'm on your team, and we have each other.
And we have each other. You are my broadcast partner.
Yeah.
Nina.
Yeah.
Because I love how Johnny called Tara. Oh my God, it's Tara. It's Tara. There's been actually a lot of stuff online about it's not Tara, it's Tara. Anyway, that she's my broadcast partner's here, and I'm like, that's how I should refer to you.
Oh my God, broadcast partner. I love that. That is what we are.
So if you guys are wondering, what are these girls, what's their deal with Rob? Yeah. We'll get to it. We're going to dive into the roundtable immediately. But before, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping.
Yes.
I want to say that if you're enjoying our channel, if you've been enjoying our recaps, hi. Thank you so much for the support. Please subscribe to our channel because we are going to be coming out with more Traitors content. And then immediately after that, we are going to be hitting Survivor 50 hard.
Yes.
I'm going to be talking about Survivor some in relation to Rob and some of these one-on-one chats that I was loving in this episode. Like people being like, hey, can I have a second?
Yeah.
Because Survivor's all about the private one-on-one chats.
Yes.
And I love that being normalized in the castle. But
or was it being normalized? We'll talk about that.
Ooh, that's true. People were trying with it. And so we are also gearing up for a huge Survivor 50 season. We are doing profiles on all of the Survivor contestants. We're doing it kind of like a fireside chat. Like if we were like sitting camping and then Nina says, tell me the story of Stephanie LaGrossa.
Yeah. Like why is this person on this season? Like such a big season, Survivor 50. Okay, why is this person there?
I'm telling her the story bit by bit because Nina is a new era fan. Yeah. I am a longtime fan. So I am telling her the legacy, the lore, the story of so many of these players that are coming onto the screen. But also, if you want to email us, we have an email, hi@chaoticgoodpod.com. So if you have any burning Traitors thoughts, any feedback for the pod, please email us. We also have a phone number. I have pulled it up. It is 706-389-0253. You can leave us a voicemail.
Yeah.
You can send us a little text.
Yeah.
We can start a conversation. And if you leave a voicemail, we will feature you on the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you want to like join the conversation, pick up the phone and give us a call. We would love that. So.
Yeah. Hearts open, ears open, phone lines open. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your take.
Yes, absolutely. So, is it time?
I think it's time.
Oh my God, it's time. Let's dive into the round table. So, I want to kick off with a thought I had.
Okay.
Just overall about their strategy coming into the round table. So Candiace described her strategy going into what we see as this episode, going into this day, as in she has revenge for Rob.
Yes.
But she knows it's a dish best served cold. And she's putting it into the deep freezer.
Yes.
And she's going to pull out the platter when she's ready to serve.
Yes.
I think that was not the right timeline.
No.
For her. She thought she could put this in the deep freezer, whereas Rob's phrasing is, I've taken her queen, Lisa.
Yeah.
And when you take the queen, it's one more move in chess to have it be checkmate.
Exactly.
So Rob was just one move away from getting Candiace out, and Candiace thought she had a lot more runway than she did.
And honestly, so did we. Originally, last week, I felt like we were both feeling like, oh, okay, like we were feeling nervous for Candiace when she threw that throwaway vote for Rob.
Yes.
Instead of voting for Lisa, voting for Rob. And we both felt like, oh, like what? Neither of them is gonna go next episode. It'll probably be one of their like soldiers,
main soldiers. Yes.
Which in a way did happen earlier in the episode,
because we were shocked by the Colton murder, and I actually feel like the Colton murder created a shortcut to Candiace. By him,
110%.
Because if he was still living, he would have been banished. Tonight.
Yes, absolutely.
And and so that made a shortcut. And I also feel like the throwaway vote was part of her like deep freezer plan because I feel like this whole episode and into the round table, she was just trying to like plant the seed, throw a hint, almost like when Colton claimed he was doing this, but when he was like, oh, I'm voting for Ron tonight, but I'm saying Lisa. Like she was like, she couldn't, really say, I think Rob is a traitor.
Meanwhile, Rob is out here already harvesting his fields.
Oh yeah, he started the night before.
Yeah.
He sure did. And I also, Candiace's goal this whole episode was to keep her cool.
Yeah.
Stay level-headed. She didn't want to yell and cry at the round table. And I just want to be like, Candiace,
open those doors.
Bring it, honey.
Yeah.
Who said you couldn't do that?
Yeah.
Because I would love to see that. I do not judge that. I also feel like there's been so much this last week. There's been so much. Candiace did such an emotional play with that throwaway vote. We hate emotional players.
Yeah.
We cannot stand it. Rob is the best traitor to ever exist. You know who's an emotional player? You know who's sensitive? Rob.
Exactly.
Because who did a throwaway vote on Lisa when he didn't want to vote out his boy Ron?
Exactly.
Mr. Rob Raush.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I feel like he pulled this same talk when he was on Love Island. Sorry to no, and I'm not sorry for keep bringing it up for Love Island. That is the Silmarillion for us, if I'm being honest. Like, if you want to know the true text, then go back to Love Island. And he pulled that on girls all the time, as far as calling them emotional or being like, why are you taking this so seriously? It's just a game. Candiace, it's just a game.
Rob doesn't allow reactions.
Exactly. And I wonder if that is why she didn't use big reactions, because he was so calm and so quiet. I wonder if she was trying to be like Rob and be like, okay, people seem to love Rob and this is how he's
drinking his bathwater.
Exactly. People are loving eating him up. So I wonder if she thought, okay, maybe I need to take.
Oh, I totally understand why she felt that, but it ended up being the night to save herself, which I think you need to go out
all out,
yelling, screaming, crying, doing whatever you need to do. No, I thought it was rich coming from Rob saying, he came into this round table saying, oh, I've had a lot of conflict in my life and I've learned how to work people. He doesn't say he's learned how to work through things.
No.
Resolution. Because of conflict, he knows how to work people, and I need to remain completely calm while I rile up Candiace.
Yeah.
This is textbook like nightmare boyfriend.
I know.
This is like who I want to protect my friends from.
It's scary. Allison, it's scary.
Because he's the kind of person that is going to put you to, like, try to bring you to a point where you're crazy and you lose
and then
all,
say that and then
use
be
all
like,
credibility
exactly.
and you just sit back.
And then he can be the one to be like, exactly, like, you're acting crazy. Like, I can't believe you said that. Like, if anything broke down our relationship is because of you, because of this situation right here, when it's obviously just been like, this is what he does, right? Just like building, just slowly building things up. And now that we're talking about it, I wonder if it's this thing where I'm just thinking like big picture, like outside the show now, where again, I am just out here like, why do people like Rob? Why do people like, what is it about him? And I think part of this is like what we're talking about right now, which is how he quote unquote handles conflict, which is exactly just like working people. And I think this is a way of dealing with conflict that is held up in American culture. Like when we think of the workplace, when we think of those, when I think of the article that said, are women destroying like the workforce? Did you ever see that? I forget if it was the Washington Post, New York Times. It was an opinion piece that kept reworking its title, but essentially was asking like, oh, is women in workplaces like ruining the workforce, in the sense of like exactly how women deal with challenges, how women deal with conflict, which is working it like with people, talking it out, communicating, coming to them, compromising, being like, okay, well, this is what you want, this is what I want, let's meet in the middle. And oftentimes the way that men do things is very much like, I am the victor, I don't care, if I don't get my way, I'm burning this place to the ground.
Oh yeah,
that is what he's doing.
He says that Candiace is he throws bad sportsmanship at her when they're having that chilling conversation. And I write down, someone playing a game against you. This game is, the whole point is people are playing against you. That's the whole point of a game. Yeah. And someone playing against you, you make it paramount to them ruining the game and ruining the game itself.
Exactly. Girl,
really,
I was like, I feel like I'm going crazy.
You are playing, Rob, you are playing the game against everyone in the castle. You've got everyone hoodwinked and under a spell. And now Candiace is looking in the eyes, calling you a snake, and is like, game on. That, as a sportsman, that should rile you up.
Exactly. That is the game.
That should energize you.
Exactly.
But no, it like kind of disgusted him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's the thing. I think it did rile him up. And I think in a way he did like it, but not in the sense that we maybe are like galvanizing him. More of like, gosh, what am I trying to say here? Just like, I am just thinking about his smiles in like during the round table. Yeah. And I think that's what he was thinking back to that conversation. Yes. And him just using, essentially, exactly, just trying to rile her up. I think he was galvanized after that discussion to like, okay, like, let's go. But what I dislike about Rob, which is what we keep saying, is that exactly he isn't just outright here saying that like, okay, fine, let's do this. He is working the viewer and working Candiace.
Well, this is the
and
thing,
like trying to make her feel bad.
Yes.
And trying to make us like root him on.
Okay, because this is the thing, is that Rob is playing a game. It is a game, 100%
it is a game.
It is a game. And he's puppeteering the faithfuls, but he's also playing a game with you.
With all of y'all. Thank you.
The audience.
Thank you.
Because Rob claims that he forgets that he plays a game as if he's a faithful. No, he plays the game as if he's a traitor, and he forgets that he is playing a game as a traitor when he's in confessionals talking to us. He's literally lying to us.
Exactly.
So at breakfast, he says, oh, that I killed Colton to protect Candiace. He's trying to trick us.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
People, that is a lie. That is, what are we talking about? Yeah.
When he is in that weird parking lot gazebo.
Yes.
Like, what is that?
What is that? That's purgatory. It's freaky.
I know.
Nothing good ever happens there. And it always looks, it's sunny out and it always looks like it's freezing.
It's like where you go to like be punished for smoking cigarettes.
Exactly.
In an airport or something. But that's where the little Dagger 5 hung out. And where he claimed in his talking head again to us. Like, we know the truth of the game. We can figure out the timeline and stuff. He said, I never said Candiace's name before this, but now I will. Lie. He said it the night before.
Yeah.
What if the turret is full of housewives?
Exactly.
Like, he's playing a game on us. So have you seen the show Pluribus?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Okay, so in Pluribus, it's an Apple TV show. I watched it a couple weekends ago. It's good. Essentially, it's this like genetic code that's like emitted through like a radio signal from another planet, and some scientists decide to like create that genetic sequence, test it on rats. The rat bites a person, spreads to everybody.
Yeah.
And anyway, it turns people essentially into an ant of an ant colony. It's this like plural thinking. Everyone's hunky dory.
Like
everyone's
crowd mentality, like to the max. Like
crowd mentality
amped up to level 10. Like, what would that look like?
So essentially, what we're seeing with the Faithfuls, with Rob. And I feel like I'm that one female character on the show that's
gosh, Allison, yes. That is
like,
what I feel like.
What is happening?
That is how I feel like. Just being out here on social media, trying to see, I'm like, okay, what are people saying about the show? What are the feelings? And everyone being so pro Rob, and so him like, yeah, taking his side in the sense of like, he was a good traitor. He was trying to like, but the name was out there. Lisa was out there. Candiace was out there. I'm like, no. Like he takes the stereotype and the archetype of this like country bumpkin that's just like, I'm just saying what the crowd is saying. Like, he did that in the turret. He was very much like, well, whoever y'all think should be voted. I whatever y'all think. That was very much his vibe. In the castle, he's the same thing. We're like, what do y'all think? And to us also, but that is not, from what we've seen in the castle and during the challenges, that is not Rob. He is pushing names. Again, I will never forget that scene of him and Colton running up the hill with their rocks, being like, and Rob being very forceful, I think that's maybe the truest Rob we've seen.
Yeah. Also,
this entire time.
In the confessional after Candiace threw the throwaway vote. And he said, you put my fucking name down?
Exactly. That's Rob.
To insinuate that I'm a traitor? Oh gosh, girl.
Yeah, now it's gonna go down. Like those two scenes, I'm like, that's Rob. That's Rob right there. That's the guy that y'all are rooting for right now. It's so crazy. Yeah, well, I feel crazy. Anyway, we could go in circles. I could truly go in circles.
But I am going to steer our brains a little bit.
Yes, girl. I'm sorry. I could keep going.
I'm gonna tell you what Candiace could have done to save herself.
Okay.
Dorinda.
Really?
Same thing I said about Lisa. Flip it on Dorinda. Everyone's like, oh, Lisa's not acting like we would think she would on this show. We think she would, if she was a true faithful, she would have been more intense. Dorinda's the same way. Who else did a throwaway vote? Last night.
Literally last night.
Literally did a throwaway vote, so she didn't have to vote for Lisa. And she also didn't want to vote for Natalie. She voted for Maura. I'm telling you, Dorinda was the person to flip it on. So when people are coming at her about a throwaway vote, she'd be like, what about that throwaway vote?
I know.
On her.
Which was kind of...
Oh, and who else was BFF with Lisa? Who else was obsessed with Lisa and in lockstep with Lisa? Dorinda. Who else is a housewife? If you think it's a turret full of housewives, there you go.
And I wonder if I feel like the term unconscious bias has been like in the zeitgeist lately, and that's actually been like very interesting, and it's been a wonderful conversation. I'm glad we're having those conversations. So exactly, you're saying like, why not throw it on Dorinda? She did a throwaway vote. Dorinda literally says she did a throwaway vote at breakfast. When Maura was talking about it, when Maura was like going towards Candiace.
Maria.
And Dorinda said like, well, I did a throwaway vote, which I was exactly, I was like, ding, 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 here we go. Y'all see that? And even Maura was like, no, but that's different.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it was for Rob.
I know there was like,
you know what I mean?
There was like 4 people left to come in the breakfast room, and Maura's like, I hope Rob isn't gone.
Yeah.
Like,
Mora.
Mora.
What are you
No,
doing?
and I think overall another thing that Rob did well before this round table, because I'm thinking like, how did Natalie save herself at the last round table, but Candiace couldn't save herself at this one? Guess who stood up for Natalie at the last round table? Rob did. Rob was like, why? Let's use logic, guys. Let's take emotion out of it. It doesn't make logical sense for Natalie as a traitor to stand up for herself for that antidote.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh my God, thank you so much, Rob. And they did it. It got it off of Natalie. And it's like, what Candiace did not have was Rob. Sticking up for her.
Exactly. And I feel like people also forget that. They also are like under the like X-Men like camera spell or something, which is that like Rob could have helped Candiace. There is no and Rob could have helped Lisa, honestly. Like there are so many points where he could have helped his fellow traitors, and he not only chose not to, but actively went against them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No, and I think also another thing that worked well for him is that he said, oh, I'm not going to come for you at the round table tonight. And Candiace was like, I feel like you're already coming for me.
Yeah.
Which is true, because he didn't really say anything at that round table, because he had Eric speaking up for him.
Exactly.
Speaking up for or not speaking up for Candiace, but speaking out against Candiace. He had Mora as well. And Johnny didn't stand up for Candiace. He voted against Candiace. No. Which I'm like wondering if that's even in Johnny's best interest, because even if you're thinking of it in more of a game way of, hey, let's say Candiace is a traitor. Maybe I'm one of those that's being protected.
Thank you. That's all I kept thinking too when in his talking TED, where because he was taking it so personally in the sense where he was like, you know, I just can't think of Candiace as a traitor. We're so close, and just to think that she is would mean that I was close with someone who could be so like conniving, and that is just so like essentially I'm not saying it word for word, please, but like no, he was almost taking it as like, oh my God, that's scary. Like someone is out here killing people, and I'm close to them. Oh my God, that's terrible. And exactly all I kept saying, I'm like, buddy, why do you think you're still in the game? Why do you think you and Tara are still in the game? And because Candiace likes you.
And literally your days are numbered, bro.
It literally numbered.
Now they are numbered because people
you voted your alliance out, essentially.
Yeah, and it just was like, oh, well, who was closer to Candiace? Yeah. Johnny and Tara. No, and I thought it was interesting going kind of now into like pre-round table stuff a little bit. Mr. Steven.
Yes.
I thought it was interesting. Well, this is the edit we got, at least, is that Candiace unloaded her puppet conspiracy about Rob to Steven. Which I was like, why to Steven? Why? Because he's the other name. If anything, if you think your ass is on the line, you should start getting more names onto Steven to get them off of you, or get them on Dorinda. This is my idea over here. But and she tells this puppet play to him, and I feel like he's like half listening in between bites of food, and he doesn't seem that interested in the theory. And then Robin interrupts her to have like a one-on-one chat, and I'm just wondering, I don't know if Candiace had more of these types of conversations with people.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the only one that we saw. But if it was the only one, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Also, the weird gazebo moment in the castle parking lot. We have a meetup of the dagger people. And so now, they did, Colton is dead. We're about to get to that. Yeah. But Colton's out of that dagger, so now it's like a dagger 5 instead of a dagger 6. But with Rob's extra vote, it's now they represent 6 votes, and now there's 10 people left in the game, and they definitely have majority. And now 2 of them will be traitors.
I know, that's true.
Because Eric,
that's right.
He hasn't accepted his traitordom, but I feel like he's gonna accept.
I feel like he's gonna accept too, just because. I mean, he wants to stay in the game. He wants to stay on TV. Who wouldn't?
I know, right? Well, except for that Peter guy a couple of
I
seasons
was
ago,
thinking
the
that
Bachelor
too,
guy
yeah.
who was, well, they put so much honor into being a faithful, like Johnny being like, I can't believe I associated with a traitor. I'm like, Johnny, no, that's still your friend Candiace.
That's your, yeah. And I'm sure, I would hope that they're okay now.
Yes,
I would
hope so.
Yeah, she hasn't said anything bad about it. If anything, I heard her in the official Traitors like podcast. She got a little like interview, which is so fun to see her.
Okay, yeah,
so fun
good.
to see her chatting with Boston Rob and Bob the drag queen. And when they asked her like, oh, who would you like to see win? I mean, it really did sound like she liked everybody in the castle, aside from Rob. Who,
well, she's
I
I mentioned this in the last recap, but she had like a little runway red carpet moment, and they're like, okay, tell us what your plans are for the reunion. And she's like, I'm gonna cuss somebody out.
That's right.
And we know it's Rob now.
You're ready. Yeah.
I
She mentioned that
wait.
too, because she mentioned how she was trying to exactly just keep it all in at the round table. And she was saying like, I deserve an Emmy. I wanted to cuss that man till Thursday. And, like to Thursday. And I was just
I am
like,
so glad we're still
girl.
gonna get it, because girl, if you need a ghostwriter,
Oh my God.
listen to this podcast. Like, we can like brainstorm. We can have a little like Zoom call. We can.
Yeah. We're going to role play.
Yes.
Yell at
absolutely.
me. That's fine. I'll take it in. It's okay. I'll play that white devil. Whatever you need, girl. I'm here for you.
So, okay, whew, we just got a lot off our chests about the round table and everything, but let's bring it back to the beginning of the episode, because I want to talk about the turret. It feels a little bit awkward in here.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And Candiace and Rob, it's down to the two of them, and they have a choice to murder or recruit. Or what they say is seduce.
Oh yeah,
They
seduce.
Alan said recruit, and then everything out of their mouths henceforth was the verb seduce. I'm like, okay, like
okay.
well,
Go into their room and
put on a little show.
Exactly.
That's how you convince them to be a traitor. So you have to do a little
burlesque.
burlesque.
With that cape on. Yeah.
Honestly, traitors,
Actually,
go there. Go there. But they decide to murder instead of recruit. Now that we know Candiace's fate, do you think a recruit would have been okay? Or as in, do you think a recruit could have helped Candiace?
My initial feeling is no. I don't know if she had any strong enough alliances with people with power in the castle to like really sway people like away from her. And
also Rob she would almost have to trick Rob into agreeing to it as well. So maybe she could get Johnny in the turret.
That's what I was.
But Rob would have nixed that.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, so they say no to recruiting, which I agree too, because I'm like, it's a game for money too.
Yeah.
The more people you get off of the board is
the
better
more
for
money
the game.
you can get. Exactly. Yeah.
So then we get to the murder options. They're throwing out Steven's name. Yeah. They're throwing out Natalie's name. They throw out Colton's name, and Rob's like, "No, that's my best friend.
That's my best friend in this
I don't
game.
I don't want to murder him.
I would just be really upset if he was gone."
So actually, last week after our recap, after I was thinking about everything, I was like, "Wait, it would be genius for Rob to throw Colton under the bus." I was thinking maybe for a banishment. Or to just prove that he's more of a faithful, but then this worked so well for him as a murder.
It really
Were you
does.
surprised?
Not at all. Not at all. Just not at all. When Candiace brought up Colton's name to be murdered, I was like, oh, so that's what's gonna happen, because I knew that Rob was gonna pull his usual thing of like, you choose, because I feel like that's also his way of saying, like, pretending to be a faithful, is that I don't think he's ever actually chosen a murder.
Yeah.
Roll the tapes. I mean, roll the clips, but I think he's been very much like, well, what do y'all think? Even in the chess, even when I was trying to think, I'm like, oh, well, maybe he chose Rob C. but I don't
No,
think he did.
Lisa did.
I think Lisa did.
Yeah. So no, he puts choices in other people's courts, so it can always be someone else's fault.
Exactly. And again, that's another reason why I also think America loves him, because he's like, oh, he hasn't murdered anybody. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, he's a traitor, but he's like, oh, he doesn't have any blood on his hands. Like, he didn't. It was Lisa. It was the housewives who like chose to kill those people. We should be upset at them. You know what I mean? Like, but yes, it also like appeases Candiace. Like, he can also seem to her like, fine, like, he's my strongest alliance, but you know what? Like, you know, that round table was tough. You know, you're right. So you can have this one.
You can have this.
Knowing full well that Colton been out here saying Candiace's name and not telling her.
No, he left out that bit of information. Yeah.
For
also,
sure. Still left out that he has the dagger. We also said that last episode. That we're like, he's not going to tell her.
I know. I've been curious, like, what the situation is with the dagger, because... And this is getting a little off topic, but yeah, like, does anybody know? Have they kept it a true secret?
Oh, yeah.
Do people really want someone that's not them with more power in the game? Because they just trust him so much. You know who I only trust in this world? Me. And if I was Johnny, I would also trust Tara. And if I was Tara, I would also trust Johnny. And if you were in the game with me, I would also trust you. But that is it.
You know what? That would be the thing that... if we were in the game together, you're a traitor, you didn't tell me, we get to the end and you win everything because you're a traitor, honestly, I would be like, that's my girl right there.
Really?
That's my girl right there. I'm like, she won? I'm like, heck, because it would be like,
it would
all
make
right,
me
you played the
ill.
game, you did it.
It would make me ill lying to you that much.
I feel like when you're good friends, like, you would know that. You'd be like, you would say, like, girl, I'm so sorry I had to do this. Well, but I'd be like, you did what you had to do, girl. I'd be proud of you. For real. I'm saying it now.
You know what? I'm wondering how, now that Colton has watched it back, how upset he didn't get recruited.
Ooh.
Because Rob, his BFF.
Could have saved him.
Could have even recruited him.
Yeah. But, you know, it's that funny thing where... I think we would have felt that more. I feel like we would have felt that like backstabbing a lot more if the popular consensus towards Colton wasn't so tarnished.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I think we would have felt that. And it would have maybe soured people's views on Rob, but because people dislike Colton so much, they're like, yeah, you can go. Yeah, I mean, you can go. Who cares?
Now that we do have like the Michael Rappaport and the Colton, the way they use their voices in the castle and the way that people's voices have been about them outside on social media and everything, it's nice for like things to clear up a little bit. But now I'm so angry still. About how things are going.
I'm upset. I'm still upset.
Because if you think about it, we're down to one gamer, one housewife. It's been a bloody battle.
It has.
It really shows the benefit, like the true advantage that you have if you're on a outlier show that's not Survivor, Big Brother, like CBS competition, and it's not Bravo Housewives. Yeah. Because people are much more likely to have never seen your show. They don't take you as seriously. Yeah. And you can truly fly under the radar.
Yeah, you're a blank canvas. You can really like just play this game however you want.
The other thing that perked my ears a little bit is when we see that Colton has been murdered, which I was actually pretty surprised about. I was like, what? A little bit.
Really?
And then I was like,
No,
I think I was just swept up in the moment.
I thought that was like perfect. I was like, again, because I'm like, Rob has, for all of his like, oh, I'm just going with the flow, I'm just trying to see what I can do, I'm like, you're a killer. Yeah, you are playing this game hard. Like, what would be the hardest, like, what would be the hardest move? And I'm like, it would be to kill Colton. I'm like, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
when Colton is reading off his "oh, you got killed" letter,
oh, you got killed letter.
Yeah. oh, you got killed letter.
You done did, Dad.
Yes. He says he says, "Oh, I knew you would, Candiace." He only mentions Candiace's name. Isn't mentioning Steven's name.
Exactly.
And the way of how sure he was saying Candiace, I was like, Rob, what have the two of y'all been talking about?
Then what are y'all saying to each other? Yeah.
Makes me wonder.
Nothing good. I know we're out here talking about which we should be talking about, the behind the scenes stuff, or the stuff that's maybe been edited out about what Dorinda maybe said to Ron.
Oh yeah,
or like the comments that she said about Ron and his
something
family.
Personal that really.
It also is now making me. It's like, okay, so this is a heavily edited show, obviously, like so much reality TV is, sure, but it also, I'm like, oh, so what's being edited out that other people are saying about other people to make them look better?
Well, we have that scene of Colton trying to make Lisa a hostage. And it was such a weird moment of the show.
Yeah.
And you know, Lisa dodges it and she's like, what are you talking about? But I'm like, is there another reality where she's like wink, like, I'm not gonna admit I'm a traitor, but like wink.
Oh, interesting.
As in what I'm hinting at is like, how is Colton so sure that Candiace is a traitor? Was Rob like,
come on. Oh, interesting.
And I'll protect you till the end of the game, because Colton wanted to be BFF with a traitor and get to the end with one, and then he ends up being BFF with Rob when his BFF plan with Lisa didn't work out. Very interesting.
And it turns out doesn't freaking matter, because Rob threw you under the bus and like
he's a great friend. He's a great friend.
Yeah, that's the guy y'all are rooting for. Just like a really great friend. Yeah.
Because another thing I noticed is that I feel like the round table was cut short.
Yes, it felt so short. Thank you. Yeah,
so
I
essentially, Candiace is laying out her measured argument for Rob, and
since y'all hate emotions, she's using logistics. She's using numbers. Like Steven also said, he's like, you know what I like? I like stats. I like looking at what's in front of me. I like seeing. I'm like, okay, another one of these. Oh my God. It's like it's like men talking about sports. It's like, I just like to look at the numbers and this and that. I'm like, you're literally crying about someone not throwing a ball through like a net. Okay, I'm gonna need you. What are we talking here?
Yeah. But yes. So Candiace lays out her. He's a puppet. He's a beard. Colton's a beard. For Rob.
I know. I was like, oh wow, we're using like queer terms. I like love that.
And then Alan's like, and the speaking is done. Like she finishes her sentence and then it's done. People don't get to like digest it.
Yeah.
There's not this pregnant pause and then someone feels like they need to respond to it. People don't even get to really take it in, and then you immediately have to vote.
Yeah.
And I feel like production probably had a long night ahead. They had to handle a recruitment, a murder, that's extra shooting.
Oh, interesting.
I just felt like the round table was cut short.
So did you feel like production like knew Candiace was like, okay, Candiace, this is like your last round table. We got a lot more. Exactly. Like a recruitment is coming.
And maybe they're benefiting Rob.
Isn't that interesting?
Because I bet if he can get America under his spell, I bet he can get production under his spell too.
Interesting. I wonder... I haven't looked into it. I wonder what Alan Cumming thinks of Rob. Has it been said? I have not done my research.
Well,
so
I actually don't know how much Alan talks about the players and stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes sometimes I want to like make a little love child between Jeff Probst and Alan Cumming.
Ooh.
Because I love Alan Cumming's drama, his theatrics, his clothes.
The way that he interacts with the contestants is very fun. Or no.
I would like for him to interact. I think Jeff interacting with the contestants on Survivor is way more immersive and really puts people on a hot... Like, Jeff will like put you in a hot seat, ask you the kind of question that
kind of can maybe like throw you off.
Throw you off and have an authentic moment. Like Jeff gets there with people, and Alan is very just like little fun quips.
That's true.
But he's not like getting in people's heads. And so sometimes Alan says nothing during the round table. He does his little pacing.
Yeah.
Jeff Probst could not
say anything.
Himself.
That's true.
And sometimes I know, like, it would be fun a little bit if we got a little bit more from Alan, or maybe some interviews of what he thinks of Rob Raush. We need to get our DNA analyzed, because we have DNA that cannot. Rob Raush doesn't work on us.
Maybe
there's something.
Are we like? Yeah, you said pluribus. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah. Was it something we've eaten? Was it something that is it certain air we breathe? Is it something that we're putting in our hair that like
if you believe you also contain the same genetic sequence that we may have, the anomaly, please leave a message in the comments. We'd love to hear.
I feel like I okay, so I haven't watched this movie, but I'm gonna bring this podcast up again. Too Scary Didn't Watch. They just recapped let's see, 28 years later, The Bone Temple. And Ray Fiennes is in that, and he plays this kind of like eccentric doctor, if you will, who is covered in iodine because he's discovered that keeps the creepy crawlers away.
Oh, okay.
Because I think they like can't smell or can't sense you as like as a human that they want to like then eat and attack. So throughout the entire movie, he's like covered in iodine, and that's kind of how I see the two of us as like we have like I don't know, like we have discovered something, and we're wearing the iodine, and like Rob's charm and like it cannot like penetrate us.
No, it can't. Also, all of this has made me so excited for Survivor 50.
Oh, so true.
Because I am ready to watch a fair game.
And I'm ready to watch players who are here to play and strategize.
Yeah.
So that girlfriend I was talking about earlier, that's like pro Rob. So we were talking earlier. And I asked her, because obviously she brought that up, how she was like rooting for Rob, and I was like, okay, we need to talk. And so we talked about the game, we talked about the show.
I can't wait. I would love to sit down with her. Me, and her sit down and listen to this recording and be like,
okay, I did kind of bring, I'm like, kind of like how I loved having Tulsi on the podcast. I kind of would like to get on the podcast because she does have just very different takes on reality TV than I do. So I do actually have fun for all of my like jabbing at her. I know just about her. I do like hearing what her thoughts are. And she had this great take on so this season hasn't been her favorite. And so I'm like, oh, we'll delve into like why not? And she goes into that this season is very much the vibe of people are on here just to be on TV. Because I think the last season created such stars. I mean, mega stars. Like, we know who Gabby Wendy is now. We know like Dylan Efron. We know all these people. And
because he used to just be Zac Efron's brother. Yeah. And now he's Dylan Efron.
Yeah. And I think the first 2 seasons of US Traitors, that wasn't really a thing. Like I think it was like slowly getting popular, but for example, I don't think Suri was like got any more famous because of her winning Traitors. I could agree with that.
Yeah.
And then season 2, when those two
Phaedra, Dan, Parvati, I'm just naming people.
Oh, other people. 2. Oh no, it was, but the winners of season 2, it was like those 2 people that were like on the challenge.
Yes.
I mean, talk about people I could not root for. Let me tell you, like even though they were faithfuls, could not root for them to save my life, because it was sort of like it was. I don't know. I was just like, talk about unconscious bias. I'm like
the peppermint vote set off a tone
exactly for the rest of the season. And so she was saying there's this vibe of like, oh, these people, because of how mega super big the last season was, like, oh, like all these people are really just like here to hang,
just get more airtime. Yeah,
just really just here for airtime. Like Dorinda, I think on this episode said like, right, like, oh, so sad that Lisa's gone. Like, I was having so much fun with her. Like, I was truly feeling like we were like at a girls' weekend in Scotland.
It was like ultimate girls trip.
Exactly.
Bravo version.
Yes.
Maura has said on her Instagram that she came in with no strategy and did the game with no strategy. She just was praying she wouldn't get murdered so she could wear an outfit the next day.
Exactly. And that is, I'm sorry, and I do enjoy watching these people in like different reality TV shows, and they are fun in their own way. But in a game like this, it is no fun to watch people just like around a Scottish castle.
This episode also made me miss Rob Sesternino.
Yes.
Because he's like the faithful that like the faithfuls need.
Yeah.
Like, you guys got him out because he's a threat and he's a gamer. I mean, as we see, the gamers were faithfuls this year.
Yes.
And I miss them now.
I miss them
because
so
they
much.
would have really been trying to figure out the connections and all of that. And the reason why I said I'm excited about Survivor is because I do consider it so much more of a fair game, because when you're a traitor, you have this
So much
you
power.
have this advantage.
Huge
advantage.
Yeah.
It's so hard as a faithful. They took out Lisa off of an air kiss.
Yeah.
And now they've taken Candiace off of a throwaway vote, which Dorinda had done a throwaway vote.
All these other people kissed everybody else in like the
Rob
dinner.
Rob did a throwaway vote a couple episodes ago. You know, so it's just like they're just throwing things in the air. They're joking at this point how bad they are, and so I just really want my Survivor back, and we will be recapping it. Do you remember what I said of like, okay, we need to make the prize more juicy,
more enticing
wanted,
for these people,
more enticing, because
yeah.
I think the prize pot can like get up to $250,000, but because of like challenge fumbles and all of that, they never get to that amount. And so I don't remember what it has been in the seasons past, but for a lot of these people, it's not life-changing money. Taxes are taken out of it, you know. That's glam for a year for them, you know,
if even honestly, for Maura, if even
my thoughts on a better prize would be, the prize would be you co-host the next season of Traitors with Alan coming.
Hell yeah,
that is the prize.
That is what these like fame hungry people like would actually put their skin on the line for.
Yes.
And that's what I want to see. I want to see people like really playing.
And you get this like really fun slot. You're invited to the castle next year. You like are included in the challenges in fun ways. You get to do quippy lines with Alan. You get to use Alan's stylist. They put you in the clothes. I mean, what a dream come true. That'd
be amazing.
That's more important than money.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or make the money prize pot bigger. Because Survivor's $1 million.
Exactly.
So I still think even these reality players that they have dubious amounts of wealth, I think $1 million for anybody is nothing to scoff at.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I think you're 100% correct. They need, they're not hungry. They're just like, they're not hungry in this game. They don't care. They're just lazy around, which is just like the perfect avenue for someone like Rob to just come in and pick them off one by one.
Sweep the game. So after the round table, after Candiace reveals that she is the traitor, also her like kind of weepy exit. Something that I learned about her is she was crying a little bit in her confessional, but I was reading through comments a lot today, just seeing like what people were saying, and people were like, "Oh, the cry angle, she did it, yes, love her." And I'm like, what is that? What she does, and this like she got famous for this like a couple years ago, is she's like, if you're gonna cry, and you need to like fix your face, because concerning your whole face is made up, you got all the makeup going on. You don't just get a napkin and just get a tissue and just rub your face, because it's going to mess up your look. What you do is you fold the tissue over and over and over again until you have this little triangle, the triangle. And then you put the tissue right in the corner of your eye to collect the tear. And she did that in her confessional, and all these people were like, yes! We know you, girl.
Wow.
You got that triangle. And when I Google triangle, it's a wrestling move.
Oh, is it?
That looks very scary and violent. And I was like, what are they talking about? And then I found her TikTok where she goes over how to do it. Anyway, so they leave the round table. Everyone's like 2 for 2.
And I also to go back to Candiace's like, last like speech before she fully says like, I was treacherous because I'm a traitor. I was thinking she was gonna leave him with like a tidbit,
a little hint,
and that's how I was feeling when she was talking about how feeling so revved up and obviously like feeling backstabbed, revenge. Talking about that revenge served cold, babe. This is literally your last chance to like really give them something, and she doesn't give them anything. And maybe she was feeling even more betrayed by them, that she was like, you know what? They don't deserve it. I'm not going to tell them anything. Maybe she was feeling more of that.
I know. I want to almost like workshop like what she could have said that would have still been
something about a snake. I truly, all I kept thinking was like, I hope she says something about a snake. Like, I hope she says something like, there's still a snake in your midst. I don't know. And I don't know. And maybe that goes into like production about like how much can they say. But I feel like last season, I feel like people that the traitors that got voted out made allusions to other traitors like in the game. I could have like I don't know, like Danielle said something.
Maybe mention something about a chess game.
Yes.
Like, it's like a chess game, and I got who's gonna be the next move on the board because he plays chess so much. Maybe something like that.
Something like that. I feel like, or maybe you haven't even said maybe something earlier in the table. I don't know, but
Rob is leaving this round table, and he is feeling the most vulnerable that he's ever felt because he's wondering if they're gonna be able to connect the dots of Candiace's past 2 votes on him, and now that she is a traitor, and the last 2 people he's named have both been traitors. So far, nobody.
Literally 0.
So far, nobody. We even get the scene of like Kristen talking to Eric.
Oh, yes.
And she's like, oh gosh, how are we going to find another traitor? I mean, it couldn't be Rob. No. Such a sweet, sweet man.
Such a sweet man. No way.
So I'm wondering, do you think anyone is capable?
No.
Maybe Johnny,
but again, like this.
His picker's been wrong in the past. So we
contestants, like the people that I find to be like maybe the smartest in the group that's left are like Kristen and Mark, and they are so, again, like we said earlier, like just so under his spell.
Yeah. That
I don't think they were. And I think if it was anybody else, they would maybe see that connection of like, which I think has happened in seasons past where they're like, like that person was very sure who the traitors were. Almost like there was no doubt in their mind.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
I'm wondering how many of these people
no doubt, like a traitor.
I'm wondering how many of these people have seen past seasons, because in past seasons, usually once the traitors get taken out, it's because of traitor on traitor violence, and that's
exactly
it's the traitors imploding, and so you see who's pointing at who. Maybe next week that'll come up.
I'm telling you, these people have never seen traitors. I'm telling you, they literally just saw how big the season finale was and how big Gabby Wendy and Dylan Efron got, and they were like, hey, why are they famous now? Why are we talking about them? Like, they were on a show, Traitors, they won, and they're like,
okay, agent,
and exactly, literally,
go.
Okay, agent, what do I need to do to get on that show? I think that's literally what happens for most of these people. Sorry.
So now Rob is down to single Uno traitor.
Himself.
I bet he would love to run the game as just by himself.
Yeah, of course. But I also kind of thought, I'm like, wow, he finally has to make a decision for once. Like, he finally has to personally murder somebody. That would be interesting. But he doesn't get the chance.
He doesn't get the chance because it's time for recruitment.
It is.
And
Alan says you have to recruit somebody.
You have to recruit somebody. Yeah, I know Rob's like, oh, peace and quiet, finally.
Again, that was another comment. That's real Rob. That's another real Rob that we're seeing. Like, finally some peace and quiet. I'm like, what is your damage, bro? Yeah. Like, these women were like talking about game, just like talking about like who to vote out. I just can't. I'm sorry. Again, I could like keep talking in circles about this, but he's just like,
don't ever
he gives me the
apologize
ick.
to me.
He says comments like that, and it gives me the ick, and I don't understand why comments like that just totally go over people's heads, and that's fine. They like don't, when they think of how much they love Rob, comments like that just like don't stick to their brains.
Exactly. So he has an immediate thought of, oh, I could recruit someone that could then be an easy banishment target, possibly Johnny. But I also feel like if he had recruited Johnny would have tried to flip it on Rob. Yeah. Back onto Rob as quickly as possible.
But do you think Johnny has that power?
I think he has power in the castle. He definitely has power with
definitely Tara.
For sure.
Number one. Yeah.
And I definitely think he has influence, and he's loved and everything. There's definitely some suspicions on him with how close he was with Candiace, but I think if he understands that Rob is a traitor and can fully connect the dots with that information, I think he could have led a charge against Rob that could have been successful, because they'll vote people out for pretty much anything. I think though the recruitment of Eric was smart. Yeah. Because Eric is so nice, and I don't think he would come after Rob.
No, not
in
at
a harsh way.
Not at all.
I don't think he would leave the round table in a way that would hint at Rob if Rob throws him under the bus later. Like, I just don't think that's in Eric.
Yeah.
So I think he's, a safe target. And also Eric's already been, one of Rob's puppets. Eric was speaking Candiace's name at the round table, which was perfect for him. So I think that's going to continue. Also, Eric is part of the Dagger 5.
Exactly.
So now there are 2 traitors within that Dagger 5, and they have an extra vote. Pretty strong.
Wow.
What I wanted to talk about with you though is next week, it's gonna be a male target.
Yeah.
For the banishment.
Yeah.
Because now they've gotten out 2 female traitors, and they were saying before the round table, "Oh, I'm sensing a male energy."
Male energy. Yeah.
Male energy. Right. And so the next week there will be a male target, and these are the males that are left in the game. Okay. Rob, Eric, both traitors.
Both traitors.
Johnny, Steven, and Mark.
Steven and Mark. Well, I mean, like, Steven's name, I feel like out of all of those has been, I think maybe has it been, I think out of all of those men that are left, I think his name is the only one that's been swimming around.
And Johnny was kind of getting hints.
Oh, was getting a little bit.
A little bit after Candiace, immediately following Candiace's round table. So there is essentially, I really do think a man is going to be banished next week. So out of the 5, there are 2 traitors. So there is a pretty high likelihood. Yeah. So I think for their murder, they'll murder a female because they need to have as many males like on the board available. Like, they probably don't want to take out a man, because if you take out one of these men, now you're down to 2 out of 4 men are traitors. So I think they'll keep, a man is not going to be killed. And so out of the females that could be killed is Dorinda, Natalie, Maura, and Tara. And Kristen has a shield, so she's not going to be murdered. I don't think Natalie is going to be murdered because she's part of that Dagger 5. So that would leave Dorinda, Maura, and Tara.
I'm worried about Tara, especially if they want to target Johnny. I think.
Why would Johnny kill if Johnny was a traitor?
I don't know, but maybe Tara? They would. But maybe they would see. They could spin it as like.
Do they even know that they're so aligned?
Yeah, that's true.
That's also the thing that's blowing my mind, is they're like doing these little secret hugs, and people like in our friend group are like, do they not realize that they are truly like a unit?
BFFs. People, they were in each other's weddings.
They are inspo for you and I.
They are.
Yeah.
Truly.
They're broadcast BFFs, which is what we are.
Yeah, they're broadcast. Their inspiration, career wise, as far as broadcasting babes, travel wise. Yeah. I would love to break my carry on only shackles that I have put on myself, and travel as luxuriously as they do. And by luxuriously, I mean like 10 checked in bags minimum. I would love that to be our future.
We can't wait for that future. So anyway, we love this secret friendship of theirs. So Dorinda, Maura, or Tara, possibly Natalie. They could take out Natalie if they wanted to, because I would say Maura is definitely in Rob's pocket as well. But he is fine taking out people that make him look even more like a faithful. Yeah. So,
and that would be, it would be interesting to take out someone from the pact so that pact that's already so strong, to kind of like that, for Rob and Eric to then turn around and be like, see, like it's somebody else. It's like somebody not one else. Of us.
I could see them wanting to vote out Dorinda because Dorinda was with the housewives and
did a throwaway vote.
She does throwaway votes. She's not necessarily like she loves her traitor's husband, Rob, but she's not necessarily like a puppet for strategy.
No.
And so it's likely that she could get influenced by someone else. I think she's more likely to be influenced by someone else to maybe do a vote against Rob in the future. Yeah. Whereas Kristen, Mark, Maura, Steven, Eric.
In the pocket.
And in the pocket.
In the pocket. And Rob is a self-proclaimed housewife slayer. Yet another comment that people seem to forget about in their love of Rob. Yeah.
No, I think next season, some twist I would like to see. I don't think production would ever do it, but I would love to see traitors selected randomly, like pulling from a deck of cards or something.
Ooh,
and there is no strategy, like production wise strategy behind it, so it's truly random. Because I think one thing, like watching, whereas I'm like, why would they ever select Steven to be a traitor? That's ridiculous. He gives us nothing because he's a normal guy. Like, no, like we need a little drama, we need a little, something. And I would love it to be, more of a random selection. But I do think coming into next week, too, when people are thinking about the traitor, they now know someone's been recruited. Very likely.
Ooh.
I bet they're really going to think a recruitment is going to happen because they've gotten 2 traitors out. Well, 3, including Donna.
Yeah.
So, and with a recruitment, you can select someone who's more truly under the radar. And you're not really applying your, production level brain onto it. So this is when, if I was a faithful, I would start looking at people like Eric. People like Steven. People like Tara, that I'd be like, oh, they wouldn't select these sweetie pies to be a traitor. Like, they don't have edge. They don't belong in the turret, but maybe they will.
Some traitors are already there. They would choose them.
I need to watch the episode with you in person next week. I can't do it alone.
I've learned my lesson. I can't do it alone.
You see how heated this recap has been? That's because we were separated and we've been holding on to these tense feelings all day, which maybe made for a great recap, but it's been hard for me today.
It's been hard. It's been a hard day to not just like.
I know. I'm like. I was thinking it does make me really thankful for this podcast episodes like these, because it shows me like how much I love these shows, how much I love reality TV, and how much I love like humans doing shit to each other that makes me feel something, because this episode made me feel something, and if I didn't have someone like you to talk about it with, I would be struggling right now.
I do. I would be struggling hard
because I work by myself. I work remotely. There's just, I don't really have like a network of people beyond, if I didn't have this podcast or our great friends that love to watch reality TV, I would really be like screaming into the void a little bit about these shows. So I'm just really thankful that we get to podcast.
I'm so thankful too. I'm so thankful that, how we're so connected in so many ways in our views.
I know.
About this show. Again, I hate to keep bringing it back to Rob.
That's the theme of the episode.
But that it is so nice to be doing a podcast with someone, number one, who's like such a good friend. It feels like a blast doing this every time. But also that we're both, just so antagonistic towards Rob. It's delightful.
Delightful. We're having fun, y'all.
We are having fun. Yeah. And I also, like Rob, I know it's a game. I know it's a game. I know this is TV show. It's a podcast. We're having fun. And if you can't handle our feelings towards you, then I don't know. It sounds like an emotional, it sounds like a personal problem. Sorry.
I would like us to take emotions out of it.
Yeah. And I don't know, are your feelings hurt? Like, babe, it's like just a game.
It's just a game.
This is just a game podcast. Like, you good?
So thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe, like, comment, join the convo, and you can email us at hi@chaoticgoodpod.com. We've got a phone number on the screen right here, and so say hey, and stay tuned with us for Survivor 50 coverage as well, because that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll see y'all soon. Bye.